It is 9 a.m. and it is currently 90 degrees outside. So Sam and I thought it would be fun if today we showed you all our 10 best tips, tricks, and safety mechanisms to help you keep your rig cool in those hot summer months.
What is up, you guys? It is Lauren and Sam. We are the trailer couple dedicated to that simple life. And we are now going on 4 years of being homeless.
That is right. Home for us is wherever we choose to stick our sewer hose. And the last 3 summers we have actually spent in very sunny and very hot South Carolina. And let me tell you that keeping your RV cool in the summer here is no joke.
So to help you overcome this, Lauren and I have made this masterpiece of a video. It's called Lauren and Sam's Cooling Trailer Bonanza, which helps us sweat less and have more fun while we're rolling around America trying to avoid pit stains.
That title is still a work in progress.
I think it's pretty good.
That could use a little bit of work. Tip number 1, if you haven't already, close your RV windows and install some type of reflectix.
These big rolls of reflective insulation that you can get at Lowe's. Amazon will leave the link for those to help you find it down below if you need it. Just cut them to fit your windows. You can put them under skylights. We actually filmed a video where we compared the heat of our trailer before and after doing this, and we can tell you it makes a substantial difference.
Big difference. Highly recommend. Tip number 2, make sure that your AC unit is running efficiently. Now, we are not going to go into the ins and outs of how to check your AC unit because we actually did that in a recent video that you can check out here, but I promise we will do something better. This is a fun little segment we call 60 seconds of Sam-splaining, which we put 60 seconds on the clock and Sam gets to explain really exciting and useful information about the AC unit. So, when you're ready, Sam, please begin.
Okay, I only have a minute and I have to explain how an RV air conditioner works. That's pretty daunting, but I'm gonna do it. Here's the roof, there's the RV air conditioner, there's the evaporator coil. This evaporator coil has air that comes in through the top of your RV, gets blown through that. The evaporator coil is very cold and that cools the air down. It gets kicked back down into the RV. This right here is a blower that I'm drawing that blows that air back down, and this is all encased separately from the rest of your air conditioning unit. Right here is the fan motor, which powers that blower. It also powers another blower, which pushes air through what's called the condenser coil. This condenser coil is very similar, but kind of opposite from the evaporator coil. And as air goes through that, hot air is expelled from your air conditioning unit. There's one other thing I want to talk about. You have what's called refrigerant, and there's a line of refrigerant that runs between the evaporator coil and the condenser coil, and it runs basically in a circuit. It's getting hot at the condenser coil. We blow that hot air off. Refrigerant's going around like this, and now the refrigerant, when it's cold, gets recirculated back to the evaporator coil to use that transfer of energy to cool your RV. Obviously, I couldn't include everything. There's a couple other small parts to your unit that I didn't get into. Is my time up?
Yes. If you want to find out more of what Sam has to say, go ahead and just watch our video. But in all honesty, Sam did not know he was going to be doing this today, and you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So round of applause.
Thank you.
Please let Sam know how you thought he did in the comments.
I'm sweating.
Please. Well, it's also very hot in here. Again, now we're looking at 9:16 and it's probably 95 degrees outside.
I need an IV.
Tip number 3. The importance of utilizing your awning and also this really awesome sunshade that we got. So, for the first 2 years we were in South Carolina, we absolutely underutilized our awnings on our trailer. This summer, we have made it a point to have our awnings out as long as someone's home. Remember, never have your awnings out unless someone is home in case some storm blows through and you need to be able to put them in very quickly. But whenever it is hot and someone is home, we always pull out the awnings on both sides of our trailer, and then also the little one we have in our front window here on the back side of the trailer, and it has made a significant difference in regards to keeping the trailer cool. So never underestimate the power of your awnings. The second thing that we also installed a few months ago is a sunshade that was provided to us by Air Gear, and we will leave the link probably right here. But this has also been amazing. It actually attaches to your awning, the big one that we have on the side of our trailer, and hangs down, so it protects the side of the trailer from a lot of that sun that we get early in the morning that comes and hits the side of the trailer. So that has also been a lifesaver as well.
So tip number 4, and I think the pit stains are starting to come in a little bit. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, Samuel.
Wow, it's hot. gray was a bad choice today because we don't run our air conditioner while we film these videos. And we are breaking all the rules. Our windows are wide open. Our reflectix are not in. The AC unit's not running. Blood, sweat, and tears going into these videos, you guys. So the least you could do would be to, you know, help the algorithm and, you know, click the like button. That was kind of pushy. We're not pushy people. I take it back. Unlike it right now. It is very important to have fail safes. A couple days ago, the power actually went out in the trailer, and Lauren and I were sweating it out for 4 hours. RVs are not like houses. In houses, if the power goes out and the AC goes off, it'll usually maintain cooler temperatures for a longer period of time because the insulation is much better. In RVs, it can heat up pretty quickly. It's kind of similar to a car in that aspect. Now, one failsafe that we have really been happy that we installed was a new thermostat. Now, this thermostat is called the Micro Air Mini Touch thermostat. I think. Easy Touch. Micro Air Easy Touch thermostat. And we installed this a couple years ago, and this has been super beneficial because it's that next level of protection so that Fenton doesn't turn into bacon. So this thermostat actually gives us the power to check temps and control temps when we are away via our phones. And we will actually get notifications if the trailer temp rises above a certain level. It's worked out super great for us. We don't get any money for saying that. This has just been a very quality product for us.
Yeah, it was actually one of the first things we did when we moved into the trailer, and something that Sam and I were definitely concerned about moving into a trailer because not being, you know, having Fenton in here, not being able to monitor it was something that was a little bit concerning. So now it's just great peace of mind to know that if for some reason the trailer gets hot, we'll get a notification on our phone, and then we can actually adjust the temperature from our phone. So that's been great peace of mind. Okay, tip number 5, try to limit the use of your electronic devices. So whenever we know that we're going to be running the AC quite a bit, which is from the months of about May to September here in South Carolina, we try to really limit the use of electronic devices that we aren't using. So if we aren't on our computers, we try to have those unplugged. We even unplug things like the Keurig, and the dehumidifier. We hardly use the dehumidifier unless we absolutely need it in the summer. And even too, things like shutting off your hot water heater. We'll turn that off during the day when we know we're not going to be needing it.
Tip number 6, you got to think about where you're putting your RV. Now, I'm not just talking about from a geographical standpoint. Obviously, if you can snowbird and you can go north in the summertime and stay south in the wintertime, that's probably at best for the most comfort in your RV. But I'm talking about if you are checking into a state park, an RV park, try to get a shady spot in the summertime. So we have an RV home base. We put in a sunshade, and we put the pad pretty close to this large oak to provide a little bit of shade. Really just be aware of the pattern of the sun, how much shade you're going to get throughout the day, and try to be selective in those spots.
Okay, tip number 7, be smart about cooking. So on really hot days, we try to really limit the use of both our oven and our stovetop because they do put out quite a bit of heat. Even too, thinking about trying to limit the use of your crock pot as well, because that also emits a lot of heat over the extent of a few hours. Also being mindful of using, I mean, you can use the microwave, but just knowing that if you have the microwave on and you're also running your AC, that's pulling a lot of energy, so, and electricity. So we typically try to shut off the AC if we're going to be using the microwave quick, because there have been several times and I've been trying to run both and it actually trips the breaker. Grill outside if you can tolerate being outside. Try to use, I would say, the microwave or the stovetop is probably what we use the most, just because with the stovetop, yes, it emits heat, but I can turn it on, do my thing, and then turn it off pretty quickly, when again, other options like the oven and the crock pot have to be on for an extended amount of time. So be smarter about your cooking, just think through different options, and you know, the best thing is either grilling outside or trying to find meals that don't require some sort of heat source.
Moving on to number 8, this kind of plays into number 7. The refrigerator does use a lot of energy as well. So there is a vent on the outside of your RV that expels that heat. So make sure that that is all very clean. You don't have any debris that is inhibiting the airflow of heat outside the RV, because then it is retained within the RV. So that's one thing that Lauren and I will do every couple times a year, is go out there and open that vent and just clean it out and make sure that everything is flowing nicely.
Tip number 9 is considering some sort of insulator for your RV vent fans and your skylights. Now, Sam and I just decided to install some of the reflectix, or, you know, the windshield visors that we got, and then we cut to fit all of our windows. So either option is great, but we do understand that there are insulators out there that you can buy on Amazon or, you know, specific RV shops. So far we've had pretty good success with the reflectix that we have, but we have also heard that the insulators work very well too. And it's also important to know that a lot of heat does get in from above the trailer, in through those skylights and in through the vent fans. So play around with what works best for you. Right now we've been very pleased with the option that we chose, but if you have used insulators in the past, let us know your thoughts, because this is something we've considered this summer. We just haven't bit the bullet yet and gone with it. And this brings us to our very last point, which is tip number 10. It is very, very, very important to make sure that you enjoy pina coladas in your RV home base stock tank pool. I don't think there needs to be much more said about that, but if you haven't seen our stock tank pool, we absolutely love it, and we use it at least 369 days out of the 365 days of a year.
I know everybody's situation is slightly different and people have different types of RVs and rigs and fifth wheels and motorhomes, but a lot of these are fundamentals that you can apply to any of those types of rigs, and you can make your summers a lot more pleasant. These are things that Lauren and I have learned over the course of a couple of years living in some very hot climates, and they work pretty dang well. Hey Fenton.
Oh, puppy.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna walk down this hallway and we're gonna turn that AC on.
Gigi.
See how easy that was? And with that, happy trails.
Happy trails.